Okay, good evening. So today we will start Web Foundation. So we will start from very basics uh, s- uh, we will see how internet is working and how like website will be working. So and then we will say so first we will see how the internet will be working, and then from internet we will see how a website is working whenever we type a website in the web browser, how it is fetching the data. And then we will see the basic uh, HTML. So HTML is the foundation of any web page. And then we will see different elements. Mainly we will see today uh, heading element, paragraph element, and then void elements. So yeah, let's go today. Now so before starting the course, so we will be using Visual Studio for our coding from here on for web development. So you can download that. It's a lightweight software only. You can download and install it on our machine. Once you download that, we have to install a few extensions like Live Preview, Prettier, and VS Code icons. So all these are hyperlinks. Whenever you click on, it will automatically go to that, and you can directly download. Like whenever you click install, it will automatically install to your VS Code. So I already installed. You can actually search here as well, but just we have given links. So it will go to the install. When I click install, it will ask whether you want to open Visual Studio or not. And then we recommend to install Google Chrome. So this is one of the main thing we why we will be using Google Chrome is like due to its down pursuit. I mean to say for any website, for example. Okay, so something like this. How to create something. Uh, Now, if I just I want this to this. So if I just inspect, click on inspect, it will give us what exactly it is like. Is the hyperlink? So all the spans. So and even when we click on that, so it is very I mean to say very useful. So whenever we click on something like to navigate. So it will actually give if something is like in the backend, if it is calling some API, we can actually see here in the headers. So for example, it is this is the API they are using. So whenever we already seen whenever the API is successful, it will be returning the code 200. So this is one of the very useful tools we can say other browsers will be having, but Google Chrome is the I mean to say for any debugging or for any checking of elements or for any front-end development fixes, it is actually easy for us. So now if I just I want to uh, change some link, so let me go back. So here there is a paragraph, so we will see what exactly how we can define paragraph. So here something in the line. So if I just double click on this, and if I want some arbitrary value, something, I'm giving something, and then just save. This is actually replaced. So if we see what I'm checking, so it whatever I replaced, it actually replaced on the web page. So it is just I meant to say we can it is just a user instance, but when we refresh it, it again goes back to the main instance, and it will come back to the main data what we are fetching from the uh, internet, you can say. So now let's go to the, so this is like the internet flow. Internet flow is nothing but it's for example uh, it is a connection of multiple systems onto one wire, you can say. So for example, all the roads are connecting to different cities. So similarly, the internet will be connecting to different points. You can say routers or different even our mobile phones. Everything will be connected via some or other way. They will be connected to a network via some medium. It can be a satellite medium. It can be like a wire medium. Different things. So generally, all the internet uh, is a connection of different machines via different to say networks, and the terminology will be different. What is DNS server? So we are not interested in that. What exactly what is DNS? What is a router? But generally, we have given how we are doing, like how we are connected to the internet. So imagine a network of roads, but instead of cars, so generally in India we have multiple national highways, right? Similarly, uh, in the world of internet, we will be having different uh, roads or different wires, you can say, or different mediums. So instead of cars traveling, we are actually sending the data packets. So whenever we type in send request, so we are giving the device request, the internet service provider, the website what we want is, for example, we give the google.com, and now we type on our browser, and then the ISP is the internet service provider. For example, like in Airtel is one of the internet service provider. Geo, multiple local internet service providers also will be there. So then they use their special computers called routers. So what we have seen, this is the router. It will actually goes to the main external server. So it's like so different highways. So generally, if we are traveling to, for example, from uh, Kanyakumari to Kashmir, there will be one highway, but there will be multiple different highways connecting to that highway. So it's like a rerouting will be done, similar kind of stuff. So here again, so once it finds, so it is like whenever we search like a book in the library, the thing. So once it got hit that address, then we get all the text or images, anything whatever it is displaying on the thing. So for example, if I google.com, so this is like the search bar, and this. this is the image actually, so you can save it as image. So sometimes this will change like doodles. Google keeps the doodles changing depending on different dates. So now once everything is done, this is the main thing. So as of now we said there will be satellite medium, but uh, before because internet as of now we got all the satellites connecting, but before we should be using internet from long maybe 1990s or before that as well. So there should be some kind of connectivity, right? So how that connectivity is done is like there are multiple undersea cables as well, which connects multiple countries or continents across the globe. So this is the real-time submarine cable map. So it's like, for example, so India. So there is, so this is under I meant to say undersea cables where there are multiple connections to different countries. So yeah, this is Kochi Lakshadweep. Some So this is one of the underwater undersea cable you can say, which actually connects to Kochi and Lakshadweep Islands, where so that they can access the internet easily. So going back to our topic, so now how a website is works like. So whenever we type the google.com, website actually translator the DNS. It finds the website real address, so you can say it's IP address, uh, and then that using that IP address, it goes to website server, like asking a shop for the goods, and then we get back the thing. So it's like so for example, again just I'm clearing. Oh, sorry, um, what is that command and map, right? So yeah, ns lookup. So ns lookup, whatever website we can give, we just giving Google website. So this is the main IP address. Uh, but Google, it's not like it is using the same address across all the country or all around the world. It is the nearest data center, you can say, the nearest data center address. So whenever we copy this and again paste it in our browser, it will actually redirect to google.com. Similarly, so even for example, so there are multiple addresses we got. So for example, let me, okay, should not be satisfied. Why? Is it correct? Not sure. Mhm. Okay, I'm not sure whether I have given correct trading.com or we can just check for Facebook.com. This is not, like not copied properly. Mhm. So it is going, but sometime, but it is actually not working exactly because there are multiple security layers also available. But for google.com it actually works. So even not only from Windows, we can have NS lookup website also there. So Wikipedia, so it is like yeah, proceed to unsafe. Yes, anyways, it's not straightforward, but we can actually in the background, this is the process what a website will do. It actually fetches the IP address and then it hit the web server to get all the data. So yeah, now now exactly what is HTML? So as of now, we see in websites, web pages, google.com, different websites have already loaded. Uh, but so now what exactly it is like because we have already seen the front end, right? What is the like, for example, if google.com we have taken, so here we have different buttons, or this is the image and we have some search button. So again, when I just try to inspect some element, so there are multiple HTML forms. So every HTML, so this is like the front, uh, the visual thing what we will be seeing, the front end you can say of any website. So everything, the HTML page starts with this notation, and then it will have different hyperlinks or different a this is like API. So if you see here, the script it is calling aps.google.com. Yeah. So this is one of the web pages. So websites are nothing but it's a combination of different HTML pages. On the HTML pages, we have different stylings, what we call a CSS, and again to connect them, we have some JavaScript. Uh, Maximum of the time, we see only these three, like a JavaScript notation, and then uh, CSS, and then HTML. So these are the main, if you can, what how a web page is built. So these are the three main technologies for an to build an web page. So now you should have got the doubt, right? How Python we will be using to build any web page or any framework we will be using. Actually, for example, what Python will do is we will be writing the code in Python. For example, if we are using some Django or Flask or Dash framework, whatever I worked on. For example, if I am writing code on Dash framework, So what if I am building some for example this button code, I will be writing for this button, okay, this is the function it should call and everything it should do. So uh, whenever I run the Python code, what it actually does is it creates CS automatically. It creates a JavaScript in the backend, a uh, JavaScript pages or JavaScript linkages, you can say. And there also we need to define the style sheets, like because that is not by default defined, but to connect different web pages or to do the different elements uh, to write the functionalities in JavaScript, we will be using Python, but internally what it does, it actually calls the JavaScript uh, program to run, and it's like so we will be thinking it is actually doing only in Python, but it's not exactly, but it will be calling different JavaScript annotations. Uh, yeah. And I'm not saying entirely it depends on JavaScript. There are multiple things we will see how we can connect different pages and how we will link different elements. Like for example, this button. Whenever click something like uh, um, today budget news. If I want to click something, yeah. So how before we go into that deep, how we will be using Flask. Mainly, we will be concentrating on Flask in our course. So we should be knowing how the external elements are behaving. So that's why we need to know first thing HTML and then CSS. And JavaScript we won't be touching, but internally the JavaScript will be used. So now, so this is the, like you can say, bones and muscles of a website. So it's like the skeleton of a website can be built on HTML. So, so this is the analogy. If you are building a constructing building, you have everything available, but you don't just pile up the materials one by one, right? So you should know how much to cement, how much to keep, and bricks, how to place the bricks one by one, or how much width you should be keeping for rooms, everything, right? So yeah. So if you keep one like brick after wood and then again brick, and mortar is nothing but the cement. Uh, so that is not correct, right? We should be knowing how to keep the elements uh, visible to the user in a proper way. So it's just like how we are building a wall or our building. We should be knowing how we need to keep each. I mean to say each element. You can say. So in the HTML also we need to know how to keep the each element, where to keep and how to use that. So it's like again the blueprint I said, the schema or you can call it as. Yeah. So yeah, without HTML there is no web page. We can say we can't develop any web page without HTML. We can develop any any web page using without CSS and JavaScript, but HTML is the main building block of any web page. So now this is the sample I say. So sample HTML code. So generally it will start with doc type HTML, HTML head, and the title. As I said, Google something we can my website. So you can say this one. So this is like the explanation. So now if I go to this, so whenever you click on this, so just I am showing you a demo. So whenever you install it the first time, and again you if you click on this, we will get different to create. So it's like you can create new folder. Otherwise, it will ask for open a folder. So what I did, I have already created one web development folder, and inside that I have kept all the files what I require. So we will be seeing, and I have opened this web development folder, and then I got all this listed. So all the folders listed. So this is the demo HTML. So as of now we saw here. So why we have installed this live preview is like you don't need to run again. If you want to run any HTML code, you need to run it. Double click on mm, double click on this HTML file. It will open in any browser. By default, it will open in a default browser, or you want to open it in some Chrome or different browser what you are using. You can just click on that. But here the VS Code is like we can directly see the preview. So show preview, it will create one URL. So it's like, so welcome to my page. This is the paragraph, and we are actually defining the same image uh, what we are doing. If I just double click this also, just it will open in, by default it will open in the Microsoft Edge, or I can, if you want to open in Chrome, I am just opening in Chrome. So here, okay, let me go back to my Visual Studio Code. So the doctype HTML head, it's like just we are defining my website. So this is not visible, but the main body where it is visible is welcome to my page, the heading, and this is the paragraph element, and in this is the void element, you can say, where there is no need of termination, like ending the tag. So generally, if you see, this is the tag, and we are opening tag, and we are closing the tag. For P paragraph element also, we are opening the tag, and we are closing the tag using backslash notation. But for image, we are not closing anything. It is actually self-closing. This is called a void element. So generally, we will be seeing more of this. So how we will be creating. So now let's go one by one. So generally, our elements in HTML web page, it starts with headings. So most important, like we will be having H1 to H6. So H1 is the main, I mean to say, the largest of all the thing. So H6 is the smallest. So we have actually there is yeah. So this is one of the very interesting, or very maximum of the web developers use for HTML reference. Uh, so this is the developer.mozilla.com. So where we have all the uh, references, like all the maximum of the time we don't know if we are going to use something like frames, frame set. So maximum of the time we won't be using many of that, but if you want to use something like meta in some web page, then it is the best option to come here and just check which tag what it is doing. So it is having best resources you can say. Actually, you can try it out also. So this heading level 1, heading level 2. Yeah. So whenever I click complete, actually opened here. So now I just want to heading. Hi, how are you? And then run. So it's actually already run, changed. So this is yeah. So here we have HTML, even CSS and JavaScript. So as I said again, any web page is built on three main blocks. One is HTML, one is CSS, and the other is JavaScript. So that's why even they have given all the three for a web page to write and to do the checking. So now if I go back here, this is interesting. So we need to define we need to create the output of the index.html in this way. So if you see, this is the main H1 in chapter 2. You can say heading. So I'll just close this. So as of now, it is just defined. We haven't had any tags. So now if I just show preview, it is like just a line of code, like book chapter 1, section 1, section 2. But our aim is like to define like this. So how we will be defining using the headings. As of now, what we have studied, we will be doing the same thing. So first we will open the tag, and for this one h1, and then closing the tag h1. So actually you can see right, it is actually giving us just uh, so it's like the first heading is h1, and then it has a little bit a lesser size of heading. So similarly, so just I'm not typing so the same thing as I said. So we are using this is the solution we have. Just I want to update here as well. So H1, H2, H3, because if you see, these are again having the same thing, and again this chapter 1 is like H2 and chapter 2 is H2, H2 heading level, and then this is H3 heading level, section 1. And again if you see, this is actually again a little bit down, so this is like H4 heading level. So what we did, H1, so we need to keep in mind the H1 is always we should be using H1 only once in any web page. We should not be using H1 multiple times. So that's one of the limitation. So it's not like limitation, but it is better not to use H1 multiple times in a web page. So yeah, so heading level 2, heading level 3, and yeah. So diagram is the heading level 4. Now if I click show preview, now it is like whatever we are aiming to get on from the goal. So the same thing, like book chapter 1, section 1, section 2. So this is all of the headings. Now next thing is the paragraph element. So again the paragraph element is like we define it via a p tag. It is like whenever we open the paragraph tag we should close it again uh, with the closing tag. So whenever we define a few things like paragraphs, it will automatically add a line between the two paragraphs. So let's see again the next. So this is like some Latin language you can say it's. So this is our final output on the web page. It should get. So as of now, I'm closing this. Now if I run the preview, so everything is getting in inside. One thing only, like I'm not able to see what is where is the first paragraph. This is, and I want second paragraph somewhere here, and third paragraph is somewhere here. But we should get how we should get every paragraph should be separated by a line in the HTML page. How we will be doing that? We will be adding a paragraph tag. Similarly, the same thing we will be doing for this also. Again, same thing. So because the editor is already adding the tag. So now if I run again, so now we are as of now we see the paragraph it's separated by one line. So before it is everything is mixed, but here everything is separated by one line in the HTML page. The same thing the solution is also. So now again let's go to the last topic for today. It's like avoid elements in HTML. So as I said now, if I want, as of now we will see only two things, like one is like break and one is like horizontal rule. Horizontal rule is nothing but if you want to draw a line, if you want to segregate two sections, then this is one of the main tag you can say, a self-closing tag or void element we can use inside a paragraph. And again, if you want to break like inside the paragraph, you want every line to be like point-wise lines after every full stop. If you want everything uh, inside the lines, like if you want to break this line into two lines, if you do like this also, the output will be again in the paragraph side only. But if you want to something, if you want uh, to represent in a form of lines, then we should be using the break element. So yeah, again this is like a image as I've seen in the demo part, and the input fields like text box, checkbox. So this is also we will going forward we will be seeing, but as of now we won't be seeing. And the link also like metadata about the document. So generally this is like uh, here the self closing is like forward slash. Yeah, sorry, let me close this. So forward slash, and we are not actually giving the BR again. Uh, so as of now, in the latest HTML5, what it is doing, it is uh, whenever we give this break tag, it is not even if you want, we are not giving a forward slash also. It is actually uh, treating it as an uh, this one like break element, void element. But even if you give or don't give, there is no difference as of now. So now let's see. So our goal is like so this is William Blake, and we want to display this one in a new line, his address, and then this should be separated by one line. This is like horizontal rule, and then the two paragraphs. This is from Wikipedia. We got it. So if I go to HTML as of now, and then if I run it, so we are getting everything in a one single paragraph. But we are not. We don't want that. So what we will be doing? The first thing what we will do is which one? And then this everything to be in H2, but H2. But if I want to be in new line, so I should give the break. Otherwise, it won't be new line. So for example, if I just don't give this break tag, and if I just copying again H2, now if I just want preview, so it is treating as different things. Okay, so but our goal is okay. No. So it is actually treating as headings, but it is if we see the end, it is not an uh, I meant to say here we are not getting in the form of heading. So so our is not correct. So we should keep everything under paragraph. So it is now it is actually it is not in, because it is not getting bolded. It is having the paragraph. So but if I want, now if we see it got in new line. Similarly, if I just want to check with our goal, so yeah, now I'm able to get all that in line by line. Now I want this to be there should be some horizontal rulers which divides the above one and the below one. So what I can do after the paragraph, I can horizontal ruler. Yeah. Now again, these are two paragraphs, but whenever I am seeing it is like in the one paragraph only it is coming. So just close this and again. Now if I run preview, so now it is exactly matching what our goal should be. So yeah, William Blake, we are getting all that in new lines, and then we are getting this in a paragraph, and the paragraphs are separated by a new line. We are having some space, and again this is. So if you go to the solution.html, also the same thing they will be doing. I haven't kept break. The one thing here I haven't kept the break. Don't think it is necessary, but okay, yeah, we can keep. Yeah. So this is the basics of HTML. Maybe tomorrow we will see. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we will see a few more examples, or few more elements in the HTML and different. Then we will see the CSS of that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Again, so before closing, so we'll be mainly focusing on HTML and CSS, and then Python. JavaScript we won't be focusing on. So, but JavaScript one of the important thing if you want to do any web development. Okay then. Thank you.